Hello, this is James again with El Paso English Cafe. I'm running through all of the American English vowel sounds. I'm going to take up vowel sound number 8 at this time. Maybe I need to review what I have on the chart. Actually, these red, you can't see that one. These red vowels are Spanish vowels. O, A. Okay, and I'm distinguishing them from English vowels as a way to orient Spanish speakers and perhaps others as well to the placement of the English vowel sounds in the mouth. Okay, so O in English is very similar to O in Spanish. The difference is that O in English involves some movement. O, O. You see my mouth closing. I begin here. O, and that would be a Spanish O, but then I continue, O. Okay, so the IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet, actually indicates this quite well by using two symbols, O and O. Okay, so I respect that, but still, I prefer my numbers. This is important. The movement is important. You will confuse your speakers from time to time if you eliminate that movement from O in English, O. So my favorite example is El Paso. Okay, you definitely, Spanish speakers can hear the difference between a Spanish El Paso and an English El Paso. Okay, you hear it at the end there, O. So that distinguishes the English O from the Spanish O and Italian O and some others, I imagine. Okay, now when does this become important? I'll show you the most important example for including the little oo sound. Okay, with my Spanish speakers, I'll often write in a little letter U to help them remember the oo that comes after the O in English. Okay, so this word is focus. It's important to include that movement in the O. Focus. Now, you experiment with this, okay? At first, exaggerate a little bit. Focus. Remember that, okay? Because if you do not include this movement, see how that O is very close to on the chart, okay? The vowels to distinguish one another. If you don't include this movement in O in a word like focus, your listeners may perceive this sound, and you'll have a very embarrassing situation, and it's so impolite I can't even write it here. Okay, I would never write such an impolite word, but imagine the most impolite word you know from English. Here it is, okay? It includes this sound. So if you take the oo out of O in a word like focus, you're going to say something which will be perceived as this, and it is distracting to your audience to be listening to something and to hear this phrase, which they will perceive. I've had quite a few students talk to me about listening to other people giving presentations. They use the word focus without the little oo on the O, and they say, "Teacher, the woman said this very impolite phrase. The woman said that impolite phrase in the middle of her presentation. Why is that?" And it's because many English vowels include movement. O, A, I. Many of them include movement. If you do not include the change, the shift from the O to oo, you may be misperceived, and it may be a very tragic, impolite kind of misperception. So, when you're using English O, include the oo. One other note. Notice we have O in sound number 6, O in sound number 7, O in sound number 8. Sound number 12 is often written with the letter O in some very common words. From, one, mother, brother, other, cover, discover, of. Okay, there are a lot of common words that include O, but the pronunciation will be the same as as in sun. Okay, so what I'd like to let you know now is that the letter O is very unreliable as an indication of pronunciation. You need to become familiar with how these words sound. You need to listen and believe what you hear. Okay, what I find a lot of times with my Spanish-speaking students is they see the letter O and they use their association from Spanish. So that will cause perhaps difficulty for your listener in words like from. It'll cause difficulty for your listener in words like mop. It'll cause difficulty for your listener in words like dog. Also in words like moon. All right, it helps quite a bit to develop these other associations with the letter O. Okay, letter O has many associations in English. The major associations are O. Okay, it is O quite often. However, it is I think more often, and it is quite often in very common words. Okay, so please pay attention to that. English spelling is unreliable as a guide to pronunciation. It's not completely crazy. There are patterns, and I will explain the patterns. But begin here. Don't allow the letter O to only have one association in your mind. You need to, well, I said need. It helps you communicate in English if you can develop these other associations as well. Well, thank you once again for watching El Paso English Cafe. I'm having fun, and I hope you are too.